First Sip Brew Box is a one-of-a-kind subscription service for craft beer lovers based right here in Pittsburgh. Every month, First Sip will send you a box full of craft beer enthusiast essentials, including t-shirts, glassware, and even food like the pot liquor craft beer jelly. Right now, our friends at First Sip Brew Box have a special holiday offer for you. Just sign up for a 3-month subscription and get your 4th month free. Just enter the code 3for1 when you sign up at firstsipbrewbox.cratejoy.com. That's the number 3, F-O-R, and the number 1 at checkout to get your 4th month free at firstsipbrewbox.cratejoy.com. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children over the age of 21, welcome to the Hop Nation USA podcast. As you can hear, our usual entry by Sam is not being given by Sam. This is one of your other hosts, Adam. He is taking over those duties. And with me, as always, because he's the one that runs the soundboard, is Steve.
Yeah, I'm the one that always has to be here.
You have to be here.
I have to.
That is correct. We are actually live today. We have ourselves a very special episode. We are up in Mercer, Pennsylvania at the Timber Creek Tap and Table, brewery and restaurant, and we actually have ourselves a very special guest today as well.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, I assume we just didn't come here to record for no reason at all.
No, that is correct. We didn't just sort of Shanghai.
Somebody let me into the basement.
And you're not allowed to leave until we record a podcast. No, with us today is Nick Lapula. He is the brewer here at Timber Creek. Nick, welcome.
Thank you, guys.
How are you doing today?
Excellent.
Awesome. I'm happy to hear that. So we are here to talk about your beer.
Yes, sir.
The first beer, we're going to let you introduce it. What is this beer that we have sitting in front of us?
All right. For segment 1, our fully loaded IPA.
Okay.
This is 7.5% alcohol volume. It's a nice balance of maltiness and hoppiness in this, so it's a nice balance of flavors.
He is saying the key words when it comes to IPAs.
Maltiness.
Maltiness, yes, it is balanced.
For you.
Yes, for me. Nick, you may not be aware of this, but I'm not an IPA guy.
Neither was I. I swear to God, neither was I. And still I started drinking Jake's Recipe, and it's converted me.
So this sounds like this might be a bit of a gateway beer, so I'm going to have to come in, as always with all IPAs, I come in with an open mind.
Open mouth.
With a cold beer right in front of me.
That's right.
So what we usually do here on the show is we'll take a look at it, we'll take a look at the color, we'll take a look at the nose, just sort of describe to the listeners what we're actually drinking here. Obviously this is an IPA, so it's going to be a little bit lighter in color.
Yeah, we're dealing with a pale ale, but it seems to be a little bit darker. You use the phrase VFW beer a lot.
Yes.
When describing a beer that's kind of golden in color. I'm getting that. It's a little bit, it's a little darker than a VFW beer, I think.
Right. And when I say that, I don't mean that as an insult.
It's color alone, not.
No.
Right. That's simply, if you walk into a VFW at the bar, that's the color of beer you're going to be seeing.
That's right.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah. It has a nice head retention on it.
It does.
Well.
It does. When that came from the tap, it had a nice fluffy head on it.
Mm-hmm.
Looked very nice. Effervescent, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of carbonation going on. Yeah. Keeps bubbling up.
Mm-hmm.
See what's on the nose.
What do you say we got on the nose?
That's got a real good hop profile right off the bat.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that you're...
Can you tell us, Nick, what maybe hops are being used in this?
We use Falconer's Flight and a Simcoe in our dry hop.
Okay.
And that's like copious amounts of hops going into the fermenter after it's done fermenting.
Mm-hmm.
And then it kind of sits there and stews for a little bit, pulls out all those extra hop flavors. And then we have a blend of 4, I'm trying to think offhand, I should have my recipe sheet on me. But there's Nugget, Columbus, Cascade, and Chinook. Yes.
Okay.
All right.
I'm not necessarily smelling a whole lot of citrus flavors.
Right.
As like when you use a citrus hop and everything.
Right.
I'm smelling more of that earthy.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where you get like some of the Nugget.
Right.
Like Falconer's Flight, you do get some of the citrus from that, but
Okay.
yeah, you do have an earthy.
Yeah. I was thinking like Falconer's Flight, Simcoe, and Chinook, they're all pretty earthy on
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, all right, let's. I'm gonna taste it.
Yeah, let's get in on this.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Here, here.
Oh, that's good. Not to promote my own stuff, but that's really good.
Yeah, you know what? I'll agree though. That is really good.
Thank you.
That's very smooth and malty.
It is.
I get the maltiness.
I am enjoying the maltiness of this. It definitely has a hop residue on it on the back end.
Yeah.
It kind of sticks around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Where it's not like punch in the face right away.
Correct.
No.
Correct. I will finish this beer. I will tell you that right now.
Oh yeah. Like I said, it is a gateway beer. I started drinking this and like, this is a good IPA.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, not that I make my own stuff. And that's one of the things when I started here, I was like, I felt really good about myself because I could reproduce Jake's recipe to his standard. Mm-hmm. You know, so that was one of the things that we should keep it the same. I was like, I guess I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit. So.
Yeah, if you're an IPA guy, and I feel kind of bad that Sam isn't here because Sam is definitely an IPA guy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his wheelhouse.
Awesome.
And I have a hunch that he would like this beer.
I think so too. Yeah.
Well, the way it sells, I have a hunch that most people like.
Most people, I would definitely say this is a really easy, pretty much for anybody.
Yeah.
You know, obviously Adam's already claimed that he's going to be into it for.
Yeah.
I will have an empty glass before this segment is over.
Good.
All right then. So, I mean, you just started talking, Nick, about how you kind of got started, brewing this beer.
Right.
So we might as well just get into it and like, how did you get started overall?
Overall, homebrew.
Homebrew.
Yeah, 5-gallon Warrior at home. It started with a buddy of mine as a gag gift for Christmas. Got like the Mr. Beer.
Oh God.
Kit, and I tell the story all the time. We tried it. And we had a blast, and the beer tasted like crap. But we had too much fun doing it, and so I was like, well, let's kind of pull our money in. Let's get a glass carboy. Let's get a little bit better equipment, and beer kind of stayed crappy for a little bit, but it started to get better and better and better, and then we were getting pretty good at it. We started growing up a little bit, and that kind of went by the wayside. And Matt was the first to bite the bullet and get married, and then transferred the brew equipment to myself, and I did it for a while, and then I bit the bullet.
The dominoes just kept falling.
So how we got into the big scale is kind of a different story. It's one of international espionage, and it's a love story.
I like it. I hope there were black turtlenecks involved.
Maybe.
Tactical neck.
Yeah. So I just happened to marry a pretty girl whose father built a brewery. Not brewery first, so I wasn't just there. I was married first.
Right.
Then I built the brewery.
You didn't marry for the beer.
Not for the beer, thank you for the gift. Yeah. So they had that first one in Meadville. Mm-hmm. That took off pretty good, and then they scored this plot down here in Grove City, right by the house.
I must say, you guys have a fantastic facility here. It is
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's really nice. It has that nice rustic look about it, and you're right. It's good real estate being there right next to the outlets.
Right next to the outlets. We're right off the main road here, and a bank of hotels all around us. So, it's awesome.
And even down here, because we are down here in the brewery itself.
We're in the brew house.
We are in the innards where not a lot of people get to come.
No, we do occasional brew tours.
Okay.
You just call ahead of time if you have a group of people and give us enough heads up where I can kind of make sure there's no hoses laying around.
Sweep the floor.
Right. I'm not brewing that day or filtering and cussing down here.
I must say, I really like the facility you guys have down here as well. It is very nice.
Yeah. A lot of space, very clean.
Yeah. And I'm a little bit jealous, I'll be honest.
Well, I think we're jealous of every brewery we walk into.
Right.
We're still 5-gallon bucket warriors.
Yeah,
right. Well, no. Keep at it. That's where the good beer's made.
So, did you have any experience between the 5-gallon
absolutely
batches
none.
and then just jumping up to the big boys?
Absolutely none. Just thrown in, sink or swim, and I kind of floated for a little bit before I started to swim.
We recently had an episode with the guys down at Grist House, and they said the same thing. They started 5-10-gallon batches, and then once they were committed, it was hundreds of gallons at a time.
Yeah, they jumped up to the 400 plus.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
so
that's where we're at.
You are in good company.
That's I guess how it rolls.
Yep. Sometimes you just gotta jump in.
So to tie into the international espionage part of my promo of how I got started here. I used to do background investigations for a company here in Grove City. I'm kind of keep it nameless for now because everybody else is listening.
I think you narrowed it down by saying it was in Grove City.
Okay.
I don't know how many of those companies exist.
Well, actually, there are a couple of them now. But it was there was a cyber attack, and they we'll just say they're the West Koreans maybe.
All right,
okay.
fair enough.
You know, just not to label anybody who I think did it. So that went under, and I ended up out of a job. And they just built this place. My in-laws just built this place here. And they had a falling out of the original brewer they had hired. So I said I could jump in to help out a little bit. And here I am.
And here you are.
Still helping out.
Helping out turned into being the brewer.
Being the brewer. So
Helping out 65 hours a week.
yeah, something like that, yeah. But that's how we got tied in here. And like I said earlier, I was 5 gallons at a time, going into 10 barrels on a 10-barrel system. You know, the plumbing. I mean, you can obviously we're not filming anything, but if we look over to the brew house, there's just pipes and valves and everything. You know, and you've got all this volume of liquid to go from one tank to another. And how do you do it without imploding or exploding a tank, you know, or spilling it all over the floor? So
As an engineer, I am nerding out a little bit in here, just looking at all the stainless steel connections and the valves and the tanks and all that. And I am a fan. And the one thing I've just noticed, one of the key features of Timber Creek is the glass floor
yes,
in the main bar. But for us, it is the glass ceiling, because I'm just looking up right now and I'm noticing that I'm looking right into the restaurant.
that is correct.
That is very cool.
Yeah, that's a kind of cool feature. I noticed it earlier. I looked up. I was like, oh, there's people walking around up there.
Right, and the bar, if from the angle you're sitting at, is right where the glass cuts off. That's the bar.
Okay,
So
okay,
it's right
cool.
in the center of the restaurant. Meadville, they had it in their brew house or in their tap room. It's 2 buildings up in Meadville. They have a tap room
Yeah.
and then the restaurant on one side. This is all in one, and brewery underneath. So
Very cool.
If we see anybody, we can wave to them.
Yeah.
that's correct.
And they're not going to know what the hell's going on down there.
Nope.
So, all right. So that's one of the cool features. What else about like the restaurant and bar that you can tell us about? Like, what else kind of makes Timber Creek Timber Creek?
Let's see. We try, as far as the restaurant side, we try to make all the food as farm to table as we can without getting super expensive on stuff, you know. 'Cause
There's a line.
right. We get all the burger is Angus burger from our farm. We try and cut all of our steaks. We get fish flown in from Alaska.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they do a great job upstairs. I mean, everything down to they make their own potato chips. So it's
There was a bin upstairs in the kitchen. I kind of wanted to just take it before the show started.
I am notorious for walking through the kitchen and not crunching on something every time I go through there. So I'm going to get myself in trouble for eating 10 bags of potato chips.
So on the food side, and I have eaten here before, and the food is very good. But this is not your first foray into the restaurant side of things.
No, that's not.
The first foray that I know of is a little place in Cockerton, Pennsylvania.
That is correct.
A nice little place.
Hole in the wall. It's a hole in the wall, Creekside.
Yes.
And it's my favorite out of the 3, even though I work here and the brewery part is really cool. It's just a homey.
It is.
Nice.
It's
little
it's a neighborhood little bar.
Not dive isn't bad, but it's like
Yeah.
diners, drivers, and dives. If I could plug someone else's show, kind of, you know. But yeah, it's just the food's great. It's quaint, not pretentious.
Right.
You know,
you can go in, relax, have
right.
a good burger, have a good beer.
Great food, great family atmosphere. Yeah.
Unpretentious Dive has the makings in my mind that you could probably get gravy on a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah,
Yes,
all right,
yes,
all right then,
yeah.
It's
Exactly.
just like those 2 words come together, and that just kind of like, I could probably get gravy on fries then if I wanted.
Oh yeah, poutine, baby.
Yeah.
So you were mentioning the Meadville restaurant.
Yes.
When did that open up? When did you guys start down that
That was
path?
spring of 2012.
Okay.
And I want to say just after Mother's Day, 2012.
Okay, so you guys have been at this for a little bit of time.
Yes, that's
You're
correct.
flexing your muscles a little bit now.
And just so, since we're on the podcast here, Timber Creek, we had Creekside. You know, that was the original waterway / restaurant. So
Right.
that's the creek side of things. Our building is a humongous timber frame building. If you look up through the rafters, or through our glass floor up into the rafters, you can see our timber frame structure, and that's where you kind of combine the two, timber frame and Timber Creek.
I like it.
That's where we go.
Okay.
I like it.
Cool.
And part of the draw in the restaurant, you can see all exposed beams, and
Yeah.
they're massive, absolutely massive.
It's got that lodge feel to it.
Yes. So that's kind of the tie-in through all three restaurants there.
Nice. So let's talk a little bit about getting back to the beers. This is
Yes.
a beer podcast.
Beer.
So we have this IPA, which I am enjoying. I will admit, I am enjoying it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
So what do you have that is kind of your seasonal? One of the seasonals that you have coming up that won't be on the show. That's a hint for later.
Right.
What do you have on tap? Say right now, or is coming down the pipe very quickly. That is kind of a seasonal or a special beer or something that you're working on that you're looking forward to.
We've got an exciting IPA, and it's probably outside of your wheelhouse, Adam. It's our Flower Bomb IPA.
Okay.
Jake made this over the summer for one of our the Beer on the Bay Beer Fest up in Erie.
Okay.
And he had it on tap for like 24 hours, and then we took a keg of it up to the beer fest, and people were like raving about it. And I know the internet is one thing where you can get information out, and we're like, how does everybody know about this beer already? And it's super hoppy. I said we dry hop our fully loaded with Falconer Slight and Simcoe. We use 5 pounds each.
Okay.
So we had 10 pounds. So we had 25 pounds of hops go in.
Oh, you're just packing it full.
Into this Flower Bomb.
Okay.
It's very light. It's very hop forward, but it's got a great flavor to it. It's very citrusy.
Okay.
So there's more than just bitter. It's got a bitter and flavor to
It's
it.
bitter for a reason.
Right.
Okay.
But the bitterness is part of the flavor profile.
Right.
You have your citrus notes through that. That really balances everything else, even though it's so strong. So 25 pounds of hops, I think.
That's a hell of a lot of hops. I don't care who you are. That sounds like a Sam beer.
Yeah. He'd probably be a dude.
Yeah.
So I mean, outside of IPAs, what are some big name offerings that we should know about?
Let's see. Coming up, we're getting into our Christmas season.
Okay.
So we're having our North Pole Stout beer.
I'm about those.
It's a stout mixed with we got a little bit of peppermint extract that's added into the bright tank.
Now I'm more into that.
Right. Not so much like it's like Girl Scout cookie peppermint,
Right.
But it's just a hint of Christmas.
Yeah.
On top.
Yeah, more of a fresh peppermint. Yeah.
Right. On top of the stout itself, which you got that chocolate yummy goodness going on.
I'm down.
Yeah. So that's coming on possibly next week as well. Jake's got a batch going, and we're gonna split that. And I got the Christmas Bock again, and that's gonna be our third segment beer.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that one, by the way.
That was a fun beer to make, and I'll go through the details when we get onto that.
Sure.
We got a Grizzly Bear coming in bottles shortly as soon as we get packaging. I don't know if we were talking sound earlier, if the mics can pick up any of the bubbling going on. We've still got fermenting beer sitting within arm's reach of all of us. So we've got our Grizzly Bear Imperial Brown Ale coming up. That's going to be bottles, and then we'll have drafts. Normally, you usually do that after the first of the year.
Awesome.
So one more question. You had talked about the bottling side of things.
Correct.
We walked down here, and I was taken by surprise when we first walked down into the brewery. You guys bottle now.
Right. We've got a number of pallets sitting there with 22,500 bottles of beer on the pallet.
That's going to take a long time to get through that.
22,500 bottles of beer.
This is an hour and a half show.
Take one
We don't
down.
have time for that.
Right. We just started bottling in the late spring of this year.
Okay.
We bottle our flagship IPA, which is our fully loaded, and our Black Bear Porter, and then we've got two seasonals out, or the second seasonal will be the Grizzly Bear come out. Mm-hmm. Then we should hopefully get our labels and packaging for our TC Wit in the spring as our third seasonal. So coming up.
Sweet.
Very cool.
So I guess that's going to lead me down a similar path of where could somebody get it?
Right now, we're in every six-pack shop and beer distributor from I-80 north. Sorry, guys.
You got to bring that south. You got
I
to
know.
bring it down to Pittsburgh.
We're looking. Call us, Timber Creek. We need. We're trying to find a beer distributor to reach down into the southern counties towards Pittsburgh market there too. I've got word that we're as far east as Clarion.
Okay.
Could be even farther. I just haven't heard back.
Okay.
We had a buddy of mine lives out in Clarion. Took a picture of our Oktoberfest.
Awesome.
It was, he bought it at our country fair. So whatever beer cave you have,
Nice.
So 6 packs and cases.
So Northwest Pennsylvania,
That's correct.
you are easily available.
Yes. Thank you, Erie Beer, for helping us out with that.
So it sounds to me like they need to help you get down into Pittsburgh too.
Right. Extend your reach.
Yes. Awesome. So I think it's time we come back to our first beer.
Back to the flagship.
Back to the flagship. I do have a small problem. My glass is empty.
Hey, mine too.
Check that.
So all three of us now have an empty glass. This was enjoyable.
Thank you.
This was enjoyable.
I appreciate it.
As somebody that does not enjoy IPAs, I have to kind of silo it a little bit, and I have to look at it in its own lane as an IPA. As an IPA, it is a good beer. It is a good beer, bar none. As somebody that doesn't enjoy it, it wasn't the best one I've ever had in terms of beer overall, but that's just because that's my personal preference.
I hear you.
But in terms of the flavor, the balance, the hop profile, it was quite enjoyable for somebody that likes IPAs. I would definitely recommend this to somebody that is, an IPA person.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd recommend it to anybody. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty apparent to me as to why this is a flagship beer for you guys.
Yeah.
I think anybody could come off the street and enjoy this one.
I agree.
It's if I'm drinking an IPA, I'd like it to be bigger. But if I'm drinking just beer, I like it to be like this.
I
like
hear you. Yeah.
This is something that is very just easy drinking, and I can have a number of these.
Right.
And it's also sneaky because you said it's like
7.5.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a sneaky guy too.
Right.
So.
But if you're looking for a big IPA, that's where the flower bomb comes in.
That's where you get.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and see,
And
like, if I was searching IPA, I would probably search for that.
Right.
But if I'm searching just a regular drinking beer, this is where I'm going.
Something you can enjoy,
Yeah.
a 6-pack of.
Right.
This is the
And-
one you would go with.
And we always have a rotating hop addict handle here. We have other IPAs. We always have our flagship IPA on hand, which is like your kind of, I wouldn't say toe in the water kind of deal. But we have some crazy IPAs. Like I said, Flower Bomb. That's our rotating. We have a rotating hop addict handle.
Okay.
So,
Okay, cool.
Awesome. So with that, what do you say we take a break? Mainly so I can get a new beer in front of me.
fill them up.
But yes,
And we'll be back for segment 2. So stay tuned, Hop Nation.
Hey everyone, check this out. There's a Seattle-based company called Tavour that enables the discovery of new and exciting beers and breweries. Tavour gets the best independent beer from literally all around the world, such as Denmark, New Zealand, Belgium, and of course, everywhere in the US. The app is incredibly simple to use, and you get some ridiculously good beers delivered right to your door.
Welcome back, Hop Nation. We are here at the beautiful Timber Creek Tapping Table here in Mercer, Pennsylvania. We are here with the head brewer, Nick. I am here. Steve is here. Sam is not.
yeah, I don't think you have to point that out.
I just like
They
rubbing
got
it in his face a little bit because he did have a good run going for a little bit of time.
Yeah.
He had 5 or 6 episodes where he was there, and
Yeah.
well, the streak is broken again.
And he missed a hell of an IPA
Yes.
to begin with.
He did.
Yes, so he's gonna have to come back up here.
Missed a hell of an IPA. Missed just the general atmosphere of this place.
Yeah, we were talking between segments. This is the kind of place that I can just show up and just kind of feel at home.
Yeah, this is
Very home. Yeah.
real cozy.
Yeah,
is what I
cozy's a good way of putting it.
Cozy's a good way to put it, but it's not tight. Like this is not a crammed in place. It's a
Right.
cozy
Oh, you've got more than enough space for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever you get married, Steve, we're gonna rent this place out.
Sure. Why not you?
Well, I'm pretty much having the same problem you are.
I understand that, but I'm just saying this is more your speed. Whereas
It is pretty awesome. It is.
Guys, we can just have a party if you want to have a party.
We could just have a party. Let's just do that.
All right then.
So if we're gonna have a party, we're gonna have some beer.
Okay.
Correct.
So fortunately for us, we are a beer podcast, and we have beer in front of us.
And fortunately, this place has beer, so we can have a party here.
This is all coming together.
Smart.
Everything's coming up Millhouse. So this is the Black Bear Porter.
That is correct.
Nick, I'll turn it back over to you. Give us a little bit of info on this bad boy. What it is, what's in it, what we should expect.
One of our flagship beers as well. This is our Black Bear Porter. Dark, as the porter
One would expect.
imply, yeah. A pale chocolate malt goes into this, a chocolate malt, and some black malt, and then just copious amounts of base malt to kind of balance everything out there. A little, and some Crystal 40, which is kind of the caramely aspect of it. Lightly hopped with EKG, East Kent Goldings.
Okay, one of my second favorite hops.
Yeah, not, again, a nice earthy European malt. You know, it's just what you would expect when you get a darker beer. You know,
Sure.
from that.
What sort of ABV should we be expecting on this bad boy?
Offhand, you're looking at about 6%.
Okay.
Okay,
All
cool.
right. So it'll get you there, but it won't run you over.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Awesome. So taking a look at this beer, this is obviously a porter. It's got that nice dark color to it. It's not the Abyss, although it is pretty dark.
Yeah, you get some color coming through with some light if you hold it up to the light there. So.
Yep.
Yeah, you hold it up to the light. It has a nice brown, like coffee.
Yeah.
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 Coffee look to it.
On the head, it's between a white and a tan. I would consider it a light tan. You can tell that I'm not good at colors. But it
Pantone 04A.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about colors to disagree with you.
No. You have to go hex to do a correct Pantone.
Oh sure.
Oh sure, yeah.
Okay, great. I have no idea if you're lying to me or not. But on terms of the head in and of itself, when it came out of the tap, it was nice fluffy head on it. It still has a little bit of a good not head residue, but just a little bit of good head left on it. Picturesque, I would consider it.
Yeah, definitely a picturesque porter. It looks like a porter. I hope it tastes like a porter. I hope it smells like one too.
It smells like one. Definitely on the chocolate side of things, you can find.
Right, you can get the aroma from the chocolate.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
very much so.
Yeah, you get like almost a roasted chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the roastiness of all the malts that come through there.
Yeah, I'm definitely smelling more roastiness than chocolate, but it smells really good. So.
You guys done dicking around? Let's drink this.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Ooh, wow. Yep, I like that.
Yep, that's a good one.
I like the ooh wow.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I
appreciate it,
A lot of times when I have like a roasted, like a porter and it doesn't necessarily come out and say, we're a roasted porter or whatever.
Right.
And it has that roasty nose. I don't always expect to get that much roasted flavor, and I'm getting a lot of like roasted flavor on that. That's really, really good.
Yeah, it's nice, and it's crisp too. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's
it's crisp. It's not a thick.
It's not heavy and thick or
right.
And what's nice is on the roasted side, it doesn't go too far, because I've had other ones where it goes too far and it almost tastes burnt.
Correct.
This is nowhere near.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah, this is a fine definition of roasted. This is
Appreciate that, fellas.
Yeah, this is where it's at.
Yeah, this is a really good porter. I like this.
You guys just want to quit the podcast and just drink this the rest of the day?
No. Gotta do my work. Not saying I won't have another one after, but
So we going back a little bit. Let's talk a little bit more about you.
Okay.
Let's talk about you. Let's talk about your beer upbringing, so to speak.
Beer upbringing.
You said that your first beer that you brewed, first ever, was out of a Mr. Beer.
Right.
We've all been through that.
Right.
But what you said, once you got through that, you had a great time, but the beer wasn't so great. Then you moved up, you were a 5-gallon warrior. Do you remember what your first beer was that you brewed as a 5-gallon batch, as what you would consider your first craft beer, or what your first recipe was?
That's a great question, and it kind of ties into everything. My friend Matt and I, we did a blackberry porter.
Oh, okay.
And again, and that was the first one that kind of turned out like, we got some flavor here, you know?
It's something we can drink and enjoy.
And it's kind of like I said, one that ties into our segment. And I distinctly remember that because it was something way different than, you know, as a 21-year-old would drink.
Right. I understand.
You know, or it wasn't from a funnel or anything like that. You know, and I was like, man, this is kind of really cool. And we did it ourselves. How cool was that?
Right.
You know, and I think that's, for me, that was the biggest allure to homebrewing. It's like, I just did this.
Yeah.
You know, I can't believe, and it came out good.
Yeah.
So, that's one of our first ones.
So when that happened, did that kind of push you towards the craft beer world, and just in terms of just drinking it as well and enjoying it? Or is that something that came first?
Well, I tell you what, to date myself,
You're a good company. Don't worry about that.
The craft beer scene, I don't even think it was kind of on its way yet. This was early 2000.
I can back that up.
You know,
in our area, that wasn't.
Right, as a quote-unquote 21-year-old.
Right, yeah. So it really hadn't taken off. I remember thinking it was super cool because I ordered a Blue Moon. You know, and so that's kind of where I was at. And then the beer fest started popping up around here in the craft. You realize other people were doing the same thing, and they were making really good beers.
Right. That was one of the things, because we've done home brewing events ourselves, and that was one of the things that we realized was, holy crap, there's a lot of other people out here that have a lot of talent.
Right.
You know, they are making fantastic beers just in their garage, in their basement, things like that. There's a big talent out there, and for me at least, that was pretty inspirational.
Yeah, definitely.
That, okay, these jamokes can do it. I'm a jamoke. I can do this too.
Right.
You know, and
I have a garage. I'm dumb. I'll do it.
This is like, my mama let me use her kitchen. I mean, yeah. But that's basically, it's exactly garages, kitchens. You know, that's where it all started. It's crazy. Okay. I remember, as far as my first big batch on my own, no strings attached.
You were the guy.
I would say no strings attached. I had within a cell phone call away, you know, the master, you know. But it was our Liberty Blonde Ale.
Okay.
You know, and
blonde ales are not particularly easy to make. There's a little bit of margin there, but
right.
You got to be on point.
You got to be on point and make sure all your temperature controls are on there and your cycle times are on set. You know, and once I got it's just the same feeling again. I got that through. Took our gravity rating, and it was right in the wheelhouse where it needed to be, and the taste was right where it needed to be. You know,
awesome.
You know, and so I was like, I think I can do this. You know, and then that was my first batch, all on my own, and then and that was not too long ago. We just cracked 100 batches. Big batches here.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Well, congratulations.
Well, we're way past it. I should say.
All right, well,
but on our 100th batch, it was just kind of fitting that it was the Liberty Blonde Ale again.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
You know, I was like, that's kind of cool.
So you're confident in doing your big batches, but you still have your homebrew history. Do you still homebrew?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
It's kind of packed up and tucked away into the closet. Just for time constraints.
It's something we hear a lot from.
I put so many hours in here and then go home and be a rock star with my boys. They just want to play, and so life happens.
Yeah.
You know. So
yeah, definitely.
When hobby becomes work, maybe you don't do it as a hobby anymore.
Correct. Who said like what you do and you never work a day in your life? He was a big liar. I worked my ass off. So, but yeah, basically as far as the homebrew stuff, that chapter of my brew career is kind of wrapped up, I guess.
So if you had the opportunity to go and do a small batch for yourself, you had one shot, one opportunity. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist that one. If you had the chance to make one more small batch like that, what would you make?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm throwing out the tough ones now.
You know what? I really get a kick out of a red ale just for I like the transformation of the malt into the wort, and you get that color.
Yeah.
And especially in the homebrew, when you're going into the glass carboy and you can see it happening.
It's there.
You know,
Yes.
I mean, we get a sight tube here, and that's cool as heck. You know, and you see it, but
it's not the same thing.
it's not the same. You get that. You just got that good red color to it. You know, and you get that the whole flavor, and like it's a great drinking beer.
It
you
is.
know,
Yeah.
So you know. And
So, and any plans on bringing a red here?
we do have a Kelly Red.
Oh, okay.
And it's a popular seasonal we run here.
Okay.
So
I assume that's a springtime beer?
yeah, we'll run that springtime.
Well, then-
March Irish.
Yeah,
makes sense.
try to, yes. Or actually, you know, in a pinch, you know, we're looking for a seasonal to fill. That's a go-to good one to make anytime because it sells. It's delicious. It
Yeah.
sells. So we're not going to be stuck with it for like half a year or something. You know.
I don't know anybody that hates red ales.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah.
That's the one I think everybody agrees upon. They're like, okay, yeah, I'll drink a red ale.
Yeah. I'm going to drink a porter right now. I'll tell you the truth. So.
That's not a bad idea. I think I'm going to do the same thing.
You mentioned that red ale would be something you would go back to.
Right.
So I'm assuming that's one of your favorite styles. Do you have any other styles that like stick out that like what's popping out to you that's out in the world that's not necessarily here?
I enjoy, well, it's funny. My beer taste fluctuates with the seasons, as most mainly
Right.
do.
Yeah.
And when you get into the winter, Christmas time, you just got to go with a good old stout.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you just, something that kind of chew on a little bit. So that's what I'm kind of leaning into right now as far as coming off of Oktoberfest season, pumpkin ale and all that stuff. You know, it's all good. But
once it gets into
the
November, December.
the seasons change, and so does my beer taste.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do a bourbon vanilla stout here that is just
Oh, really?
choice.
Oh, really?
Choice. Hopefully, we'll run that. We might run that in the late spring.
Yeah, I definitely try to drink stouts September to May.
Right.
So,
If it could snow,
yeah.
it's stout season.
And then style-wise, we have in the summertime we kind of do our nod to the light beer. Dare I say it?
You may.
We do a light lager, and it's kind of our tongue-in-cheek version of domestic light lagers.
Okay.
You know, and it's our lawnmower beer, as we call it. The mow what I'm saying.
Nice. Nice.
Mow what I'm saying.
Nice.
You know,
So it's funny, on the show, we actually have a similar term for that. We call them grass cutters.
lawnmower beer, grass
Yep.
cut.
Yeah.
Mow what I'm saying.
Yep.
See? And it actually sells really good. You know, people are like lining up. So when summertime comes, they're like, you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. But it's hard. Even though it's a lighter beer and it's a light lager beer, it's finicky. It's a difficult beer to make. Because it's just like, you don't want to overshoot, you know.
Right. You got to play nice with it.
You got to play nice with it. It's temperature controlled. It's you got to make sure all of your when you transfer your tanks, they're CO2 purged out, so you don't get any oxidation going on because it's light, it's delicate, you know. So
that sounds like what we would consider a gateway beer, just in general
yeah.
for the craft beer
Yeah.
side of things.
Yeah.
You know, if you bring somebody in here that's a Coors Light drinker, a Miller Light drinker, you get them that one,
right,
and that'll draw them in.
yeah, and we have a couple here that comes and that's their staple of the year.
Okay.
Because they don't want anything too heavy.
Okay. Which is fair.
And they literally will drink half a bright tank of. But yeah.
Say, if they do that, you're gonna have to put a plaque on there.
We should. You know, they paid for this 20 barrel fermenter that we're sitting with. So, yeah.
Ron and
Yeah. But we have our Liberty Blonde Ale, which is another one of our flagships. Is the one, and they use it in the restaurant as far as like their beer chiefs and beer batter fish stuff. You know.
Oh, okay.
So, let alone the restaurant's use of it each week, I can always tell how busy the restaurant is and how much blonde ale was drank. You know, so I can gauge on when we need to make it again. You know, so
Gotcha.
that's always the turnover just for one of the bigger ones we do.
Sweet.
awesome.
So I'm gonna put you on the hot seat a little bit.
Again.
Well, still, really.
Okay.
So, if you were to drink a craft beer from Western Pennsylvania that wasn't from Timber Creek, and you had an imaginary bar, and you can grab anyone that you wanted, which one would you grab? I'm gonna put you on the hot seat.
It's a tough question.
That is a tough one.
One, I don't get out much. So, the other craft beer. I can't narrow it down to one, so basically
I'll ease up on you.
I'm gonna cut.
If you could go with just a brewery.
With just a brewery, I like the guys from Lavery. They do a good job up in Erie, PA.
They do. I like their beers up there.
I do. Any of the guys tied in with the Lake Erie Ale Trail, they all do good work.
See, that's one of the problems with that question is there's no wrong answer.
Right.
Because
it's so broad,
right. And up this way is in Western Pennsylvania in general. I don't know of any breweries that are just that you wouldn't go back to.
Yeah.
Every single one that I've been to, I would go again.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
And it's funny because there's all very close knit. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody bounces questions off everybody else.
That's
and
awesome.
There's no I'm going to dominate this area.
Yeah.
So it's more of a community.
Right. It's definitely a communal feel to it, so you can help, and that's where the Ale Trail comes in. You can always help promote everybody as a beer scene,
right?
Instead of taking over,
right?
And it just helps everybody else out,
You guys need to bring that train a little further south so I can drink it more often.
It will be the Appalachian Ale Trail. So
there you go.
We'll just go all the way.
It goes all the way into Maryland.
All the way to the Mason-Dixon.
There you go.
You're talking from at that point you're going from Ellicottville down all the way into.
We're coming up with something awesome right on the spot.
I'm liking this.
There you go. As long as we don't have to hike it, we're all right.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. That ain't happening.
No.
That ain't happening. No.
Okay. No, but a shuttle. There you go.
Perhaps an RV.
Yeah.
There we go. I like it. All right.
Somebody get Elon Musk on this.
Yeah, he's got that kind of money. He could
self-driving beer shuttles.
Now we're talking here.
I'll pay for that electricity.
Smart. That's right. Every brewery sets up like a charging station.
There you go.
The shuttle plugs in while you go in and drink. Those shuttles take maybe about an hour to three.
An hour to three.
Depends on how long you
sheets
to the wind.
I like it.
Yeah.
I'm coming up with business trademark.
There you
That's
go.
right. Patent pending.
Hello, everybody. People are stomping on the glass and we're waving. That's actually the best part. Everybody jokes about, you work downstairs, with a glass ceiling above you.
Right.
People are walking on. What about in the summertime when all the pretty girls come out? I'm like, actually, everybody walks around the glass because they're afraid to fall in. The best part about it are the little kids that come over and just put their face right on the floor and are window looking and waving to you while you're trying to work. So that's the best part.
Yeah, kids want to know what's going on.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And
I can't go in there, but what's in there?
oh, he's looking at me. I'll wave. Yeah. So
I would admit, as an adult, I would do that too.
as long as you don't lick the floor.
That's right. Again. Hey, we all have our thing.
Are you saying don't kink shame about licking floors?
Right.
All right.
I'm a man, damn it. I got my own decisions.
We're a progressive show. I'll let it go.
So one more question.
Gotcha.
What is your dirty little beer secret? Everybody's got their own little secret, their own little stash away of beers that they don't necessarily admit that they drink or enjoy. I've got my own, I know that. Steve has his, I know that.
No, I drink fine beer all the time.
That's bullshit,
I don't drink
you know.
trash.
I only drink the best Timber Creek beer around.
I like it.
Let's see. My dirty little beer secret.
Is there something? Because I like Steve. Obviously, he's wearing an Old English sweatshirt.
Yeah, that's not a secret. I want. Also, that's
Well,
not.
it's a
beer,
secret because we're on radio right now.
Right.
No, anybody who sees me out in public will
it's
see
the
I'm
same.
wearing an Old English hoodie.
Gotcha.
But that's not a secret. I'm advertising for them. That's also not beer. That's malt liquor.
All right, so I just whiffed on the whole thing.
Yes, that's why I said I don't drink trash beer.
Well, as far as like odd beers that I like to drink,
Yeah, something that somebody wouldn't expect.
Like, do you still have like a case of Blue Moon sitting around?
No.
Get their sampler pack
For the old times.
No, I'm a sucker for an Irish car bomb, to tell you the truth.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
I can dig it.
Yeah.
It just
No shame for that.
no,
No.
but it's what I'm trying to think. I mean, that's my prior days, I should say. But if it's being handed to me, I guess
Who are you to say no?
right.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Guinness.
No.
No shame in the Guinness.
No, not at all. No, they kind of. I can't even say they get a pass because they're way before craft beer.
Yeah.
But it still holds up
Yeah.
so well.
Still
Yeah.
hold up.
Yeah.
It's just a damn fine beer.
Damn fine
Period.
beer. Yep.
So speaking of,
Speaking of good beers and good dark beers.
yeah, this Black Bear Porter,
Yeah.
It's gone.
it's gone.
They're
All
all-
three glasses
they're all
are empty
gone
again. I am a fan.
Me too.
I appreciate that, fellas.
That's a really good porter, and like we already said at the top of the segment, that it's not that it's thin, but it's not a thick beer.
Right. It's very drinkable.
Yeah, it's a very easy, light drinkable beer, but it has those big roasty notes on it that makes it super flavorful.
Yeah.
Which sets it apart from thin porters.
Right, exactly.
Which have that problem of being just thin and bland.
Right. Yeah, and this is anything but bland.
Yeah.
It's very enjoyable. This is one that I would definitely recommend to anybody. If you're coming in here, grab this one.
Yeah, especially winter months. If
Yeah.
you're in here winter months, this seems like it would go really good with
A burger.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Got the words out my mouth.
There you go.
This if you guys have like a bacon cheeseburger up in here.
Oh,
and-
we have a Rusty Smash. If you're thinking of just a bacon cheeseburger, no. It's a grilled cheese, bacon, cheeseburger.
Hell yes.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. You get that medium done
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
with a porter.
Well, on that note, that's
Call it
the
a
end
night.
of segment 2.
Call it a night.
We have to go consume burgers and be in a food coma.
Yeah. So but with that, please do stay tuned. Segment 3 is coming right up. We've got ourselves actually a bit of an exclusive.
A little pre-release going on.
Yeah, so
Previews.
I'm kind of hyped up for this one. So stay tuned, and we will be right back, Hop Nation. Segment 3, ladies and gentlemen. Bask in it, love it, live it. You don't have to learn it. Don't worry, it's recorded. It's fine. You can go back and listen again. But welcome back to the Hop Nation USA podcast. We are here at Timber Creek Tapping Table in Mercer, Pennsylvania. The beautiful Mercer, Pennsylvania, I might add. And we are here with segment 3, which means we are ready for beer number 3. And this one is a little bit of a special one. It hasn't been released yet. So we are getting a sneak preview of, I don't know what this is.
It's a beer.
It's
so-
a beer, which is appropriate for a beer podcast, which is good. So once again, I'll hand it over to Nick.
And I'll hand this to you, Adam.
Awesome, thank you very much. So what in the devil are we drinking?
This is our Christmas Bock.
Okay.
It's our darker lager, brewed with a bunch of Munich malt, some brown malts, some Crystal 80, Crystal 120. You get a nice caramely flavor to that, and then hopped with Nugget,
Okay.
and then we go total Christmas on it, and we add cinnamon and nutmeg,
Nice.
packed in with orange peel and ground ginger.
Ooh, wow.
I have to take a spoon to like a root of ginger and peel it. It's the worst thing in the world to do, the best thing in the world to smell. We grind it up, and then that all goes in this huge nylon bag we steep in the last 5 minutes, so you get that real. It smells like Christmas to me, It's-
First you had my curiosity, now you have my attention.
yeah. And then we lager it, low and slow.
Oh, cool.
So this one is not released yet. So this is not at its final form quite yet.
Right. We don't have full carbonation on it, and it looks cloudy. If you took any pictures of it earlier, I really wasn't paying attention. It's unfiltered right now.
Okay.
We'll run it through our filter, and it'll be nice, crisp when it comes through that.
Awesome. I still have a hunch it's going to be a good beer. So we'll go through the description with the disclaimer that this is not the final product.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've done a beer like this either.
Right.
No.
So, but I think
Totally authentic, though. I mean, you're getting the full BrewWorks experience
Right.
down here.
Right. I mean, this got pulled right off the tank.
Right,
Yeah.
right off the fermenter.
So it can't get any fresher than this.
Right, we're down to 35 degrees. It's cooled down. We're going to filter it here in a couple days.
Okay.
Once the new work week begins, because technically I'm not working right now.
That's right. This is all enjoyment.
That's right. Yeah, we'll filter it. We'll carb it up overnight.
cool.
We'll get some nice effervescence going through there, and it'll just, the bubbles do so much to the end product. You know, it just really brings everything, brightens everything up.
Sure.
Right, yeah.
Sure. So on the color of this one, which is not affected by the bubbles,
Right.
it's a very picturesque beer. I like it. It's kind of a not quite a red, not quite a brown.
Right. I was almost leaning towards the red, tell you the truth.
Yeah, it has a little bit of reddishness to it.
Yeah.
It actually looks a bit like apple cider. The apple cider you see in the supermarket.
Right.
A tinge darker than that.
Yeah.
Yep. Obviously, on the head side of things, we're not going to get any information on that.
Oh, it's flat as flat as the board right now. So.
But on the nose,
On the nose, it has some. I can definitely smell some spice coming in through there.
Right. Like I said, we had cinnamon and nutmeg added into that. Hopefully, you get some orange peel and some ginger coming in.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite beers to make. I mean, literally, if it wasn't so gross and sticky and tracked as a bees, I would take the bag and just stick it in my car. It makes the car. It just
Good potpourri.
The orange peel smells so good once it comes out, but it's just such a sticky mess.
Yeah.
You know, so if it wasn't so messy, I'd have it all year round. So.
well, let's calm your worries. Let's try this beer.
Let's try it. Oh yeah.
Yep. It's definitely on the malty side of things right now,
Right.
which I enjoy. Especially since I'm not a hophead.
Smooth.
Yeah, that spice profile it's there, and it's interesting because you can pick out a lot of them. You can pick out a lot of different spices.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm getting mostly ginger on the back end, and I feel like I'm getting the nutmeg kind of up front in the
nose. Yeah.
Yeah. The orange is kind of present almost throughout, but like it doesn't try to overpower anything else.
Right.
It's funny because like when you physically look at it, it's nothing in the bag but orange peel. You know? A little bit of spice, a little bit of ginger. You know. So.
Yeah, I'm digging this one, and I'm really curious to see what it's gonna be like in its final form.
Right.
So I'm gonna have to come back up here. It'll be on tap soon.
Filtering it Monday.
Awesome.
We're recording on Saturday. So yeah, we're gonna filter early next week,
Good.
and it'll be on tap for the Christmas season.
Awesome.
So
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, definitely something to come look for. That
Yeah.
I really like that. I like the ginger on it.
yeah, like I said, and the smell of that just coming
Yeah.
all throughout the whole entire boil, because you have all that wafting up from the boil aspect. It's just you actually, I kind of get nose blind to it, but people say when they come, because we have staff come down to the cold room all the time, and they're like, "Man, what are you brewing down here? It smells like Christmas down here." You know,
I am brewing Christmas.
right? But yeah, throughout all the beers, that's one of the cool things, and you always get the great smells down here. So.
Cool. So something I noticed while we're up in the restaurant, and I was looking at your taps. You also have just plain root beer and cream soda.
Yep.
Can you tell me more about that? Like, do you brew that as well?
Yeah, we brew our own root beer and cream soda for the kiddos.
And the designated driver.
And the designated drivers.
Yeah.
We make that all in-house. Interesting fact is we have just our one dedicated line for the root beer itself. We use a root beer extract as part of our flavoring, and if we were to rotate that through our other tap, taps the actual root beer extract itself, kind of embeds itself in any of the plastic lines.
Gotcha.
Okay, yeah.
And so everything you would drink just tastes like root beer.
Yeah.
So we got the one dedicated line, and that's just kind of interesting note. But yeah, we make our root beer and cream soda all in house, and we make a big batch of basically a simple syrup solution of brown sugar and white sugar, and then we get that all dissolved nice and evenly, up at temperature for an hour or so, and put it into a fermenter, and I just run a carb stone on it and bubble it up, and then we'll dose each keg or whatever, cream soda or root beer. We go through more root beer than cream soda, so that's like kind of a 2-to-1 over the kegs. But you just go through and dose each keg. You'll depressurize each keg and put your extracts or whatnot in there, and you just repressurize and fill the kegs up. But it makes a great root beer float. Halloween, I made the bartenders make a drink special of Scream soda. I had one good idea all year round. Scream soda.
Take that to the bank.
So just put blood red food coloring into regular cream soda, and you got Scream soda.
Nice.
So if anybody steals that, I'm coming after you.
Patent pending.
Yeah, patent pending.
Awesome. Maybe we could get back into a little bit more beer brewing talk.
Yes.
I think maybe this is there's a segment we do on the show. It's called Beerify It, and that's where we make a ridiculous homebrew recipe and unleash it onto the world. And
For better or worse.
better or worse,
There you go.
it gets created, and however you want to look upon that is up to you.
Some noob says, that's a great recipe, and makes it, and then it's disgusting.
Hey, if they want to make it, go right ahead. You have my permission.
Everybody can knock themselves out and try it. We may or may not.
Right.
But I figured it was maybe a little fitting for us to try to do a Beerify It and do it around the Christmas season. We're heading into that. I'm willing to accept now that it's Christmas time. We're past
It is
Thanksgiving.
after Thanksgiving.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is now December. It is time. So
I'm past it. I'm willing to accept it, so I can participate. But I
willingly.
thought, one of the big things about Christmas is everybody has heard that song, "The 12 Days of Christmas."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it's possible, could we try with a professional brewer
Oh, I think we could.
to brew the 12 Days of Christmas into a beer?
Oh, I think we can do that.
Okay.
Let's make this happen.
If I knew the 12 Days of Christmas, do we have audio of that so we can?
Don't feel bad.
I'm going to sing it.
No, we are. No,
No,
that will not be happening.
we do not sing on the show.
I will tell you that we had to look it up ourselves just to make sure that we weren't wrong.
Right.
It gets a little weird at the end.
There's 12 of them. No,
I know.
once you get past 5,
Yeah.
it's hit
things
and
get
miss, people
dicey.
remember. Yeah, it's hit and miss.
I think we can start pretty easy though with the first day. Everybody knows the first day. A partridge in a pear tree.
Right.
Which is a bird in a tree.
Right. Oh, I was gonna go with Keith Partridge.
Well, okay, it could be Keith Partridge or Danny Partridge or
Yeah. Is there a Danny Partridge?
Yeah.
Or no, it's Danny Bonaducci, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Danny
Danny
Bonaducci.
Bonaducci, yeah.
Wasn't his name Danny on the show?
I have no idea.
All right then. I don't know.
For the sake of the show,
No.
yes.
I'm not that old.
Didn't the one guy just die? Not to bring it down on it.
Yeah, David Cassidy. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, shuffled off this mortal coil.
Sure. Thanks for the Nick at Night trivia. I don't.
Here to help.
Back to the beer recipe.
Okay. All right. So a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah.
And that one's pretty self-explanatory.
I think that's self-explanatory. I think the ingredient is pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
In that we could just introduce pears.
Yeah.
That's a very simple and light fruit. It's easy to work with.
It is. And since
There
it's
you go.
what's nice about that is since it's mentioned every single verse.
Right.
That means you have to use a lot of it.
Right. You
And
can
with pears, since it's a very watery fruit, you're gonna have to use a lot of it
To get the flavor,
any
yeah.
sort of flavor. So that's gonna work well.
Right.
So we're gonna have to use a shit ton of pears.
yeah, a buttload of pears.
Yeah. Yeah.
12 days worth.
So
Yeah. 12, well, we just press it and we get all the juice.
perfect.
There you go.
That's as far as I remember. You're gonna have to guide me
Yeah,
through the rest of these.
I'll get you there. So days 2, 3, and 4 are all birds.
Okay.
2 is turtle doves, then 3 French hens, and 4 calling birds.
4 calling birds.
Yeah, I don't even know what a calling bird is.
Well, if you're British, that means some girl is calling you up.
Calling birds?
Yeah.
Go around calling birds. See, that's cat calling. And that's
I
not
thought it was
okay.
like calling dinosaurs. No,
Getting the velociraptors
yeah,
out.
I don't know.
So we're gonna have to get something bird themed here.
Chicken nuggets.
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings. There we go.
Chicken wings.
Yeah. So
I mean-
I'm thinking. Now, okay, all right. Chicken
Well, I mean,
wings.
maybe both, because I mean, we're talking 3 days, so
Yeah.
wings for one, nuggets for another.
So I'm thinking here is if we're gonna have 2 types of wings, I think the second type of wing should be a smoked wing.
Okay.
So I think we can introduce a smoked flavor into this.
All right.
So let's do that.
Let's do that.
All right.
So well, maybe we just do 3 wings of 3 different flavors.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So smoked is one.
Smoked wings, just regular hot wings.
Hot wings.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you have to have a hot wing.
Right.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
with that, maybe we use like a jalapeno,
Yeah.
or a habanero. Okay.
there you go.
All right. I'm on board with this.
Okay, and then maybe
Honey mustard.
barbecue. Honey mustard. That'll work too.
Okay. Honey mustard. All right.
Something with a tang.
Yeah, something with tang.
I like that. Okay.
Yeah. So okay, smoked, and then honey mustard, and then just a hot wing.
Yeah.
So those are those 3 days down.
Easy.
Done.
Easy peasy.
Okay, 5 gold rings.
That's go with the Goldschlager Gold Flakes.
Yeah,
Boom.
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Boom.
That's
Yeah.
easy.
Done.
Yeah. That's simple. Yeah, just
And then
throw
I'm
that
done
gold foil.
from 6 to 12. I'm done. That's the only thing I was ever thinking about.
Shot your wad on 5,
Yeah.
huh?
So 6 and 7, we go back to birds.
Why are there so many birds in this song?
Birds live in trees. Was it?
Well, not these birds though.
Well, no.
No,
wait,
not these
what's
birds. 6 are geese and 7 are swans.
Oh.
Those are all those walk-around birds.
But those are assholes.
I know they're asshole birds, but we're not putting
I'm trying to
assholes
work in
in.
spruce tips for an ingredient because I've
Well, the spruce trees, you find them in Canada.
Canadian geese.
Canadian geese.
There you go.
Boom, done.
Okay, good connecting. There you go.
Spruce tips. You can tie that
tips.
into the.
I like it.
That's pretty popular.
Yeah.
Find that in the Dogfish Head, Pennsylvania tuxedo.
Yep.
Love that.
I like that.
So now we got to get the swans in here somehow.
Okay, so swans swim in lakes.
Yes.
So you just brew with lake water.
Easily get the old Lake Erie swill water.
Yeah.
Oh, Lake Erie swill. There you go.
Zebra mussels.
Very
and all.
very mineral rich. So
Awesome. So Lake Erie water.
Yeah, Lake
you
Erie
That's what we're
water.
brewing with. Okay.
Nice.
That takes us to 8.
All right, now we're to 8, and this is where things are could get dicey. I think this one's going to be easy though. So 8 is 8 maids of milking.
Okay.
I think that's pretty easy. I think that's just you add lactose. Yeah.
Took more, I was gonna say.
There you
lactose.
go. We're all
Yeah.
on the same page here.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful thing.
Right. Lactose is super popular now. Everybody's making milkshake IPAs. And,
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's easy. You got to put that in now.
Oh, by the way,
Be on the trend.
I'm throwing this out there. Cookies and cream ale. I'm claiming that one.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that's fine.
That's it.
Done.
You don't have to tell anybody about your plans.
But I wanted to.
Okay.
And then yell at
You
people
tell
that
me.
use them.
These are my plans, and you cannot take them.
That's right.
All right, 9 is where I'm stuck. I don't have
All right.
any idea.
So we got to put it on our thinking caps.
If I knew what
Yeah.
9 was.
That was
these
the
are your
first
brains.
question.
You gotta use your thinking brains because 9 is 9 ladies dancing.
So we're
Yikes.
brewing this in the back of a strip club.
Oh
Yikes.
God!
9 ladies.
I almost wanted to say yeah.
I almost want to say yes because
Just yeah.
I don't know.
Stripper
No.
sweat.
Stripper sweat.
it gets boiled off. There's a boil it for so long. You know,
these
we,
are
can,
gross.
we can use it.
You use those.
This is not a family show, I guess.
No.
Not anymore.
You,
So
you
we
can use their G strings as a hop,
Filter?
as
Like a
dry
grain
hop nets.
bag?
Yeah, dry hop nets.
I mean, they already use
Yummy.
fish nets, so
Fish nets. There you go.
yeah.
You can get it out of the gutter a little bit. Filter with fish nets.
There you go. I think that's the family version of what we're using for this one.
Okay, so stockings.
Yes.
Let's say
Oh,
stockings.
stockings.
Fish nets are a little, but you can use.
We
Let's
can,
just use
Yeah.
stockings.
yeah, we can stretch a little bit.
Yeah, you can use stockings for your grain bag or your dry hop net.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
All right. 10 is also hard. It's going to be 10 Lords of Leaping. Yeah. Your face just said everything.
Oh, wait a minute. Lords of leaping. They're
Yeah.
leaping. They're hopping. We need to have hops in this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
There
wow.
you go.
Wow.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Nailed
All
it.
right.
Oh, Todd.
And you know what? Since I
Comes
came
all
up with
together.
it, I get to come up with the hop.
You're just going to say Fuggle.
You're damn right I
was
am.
going to say, is there a hop out there with the name like Lord or something kingly that we can use?
Fuggle.
Fuggle. No, it's Fuggle.
I mean, like, maybe the EKG is close because it's...
That's well, you're just thinking of British people.
Exactly.
right?
Well, I mean,
Well, yeah. That's,
the best I can
It
get you. So if we can't come up with anything, I'm going back to Fuggle. Because screw
Hey,
you
well-
guys.
wait, Lords. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like gold.
Okay.
Gold nugget.
Oh.
Oh, all right.
All right. Okay. We're in. Boom. Done.
Okay, so we'll use Nugget and Fuggle.
Thank you. Thank
I'll
you.
make the concession.
There you go.
I appreciate that.
There you go.
That's right. This is a we project.
Yeah.
Concessions on both sides.
Are we writing this down?
Yeah.
No, we're recording.
No, it's
Yeah,
recording.
we're
We're gonna have
recording.
to.
We're
We'll have to write
We're
it down.
not going to do this for real, Teddy.
No. This is a homebrew recipe for everybody else.
Right.
Not for us. We don't have to do anything.
Right.
We're giving to the people.
That's right.
This is how we're giving back.
Yeah. We're up to day 11,
Okay.
and that is 11 pipers piping. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Piper's piping.
Thought.
Rowdy Piper.
Okay.
He's Scottish.
He's got. Oh no! Hold on.
Hold on.
No,
I got a Scotch ale recipe in here, so I can find what we used.
Yeah. You just
But
said
keep
that.
on. Keep on.
Yeah.
Go with Roddy Piper.
We're going to the books. I love this.
So you.
Stretch it out. I remember when I did this.
So you got 11 pipers piping.
Yeah.
You just went Roddy Piper
Yeah.
when he was looking to fight people in They Live,
Oh, no.
but he was all out of it.
I'm losing my cred here. You're going to have to help me out.
He was there to kick ass and chew bubble gum
And he's all
out of bubble gum. So if a piper is piping, there's a good chance he's
Ooh.
either kicking ass or chewing bubble gum.
And I don't want to kick over
Okay,
the
I can't
fermenter.
Go ahead.
So you don't. Maybe you just kick the boil for a little bit, but maybe we can also introduce some bubble gum.
I like
That's
it.
it's a
I
sugar.
like
It'll break
it.
down.
Okay. All right. I like where this is going.
Don't you get? We use Belgian yeast. Don't you get a bubblegum flavor from
Yeah.
Belgian
Yeah,
yeast?
yeah.
And
you
we
can
need-
pu-
boom, done.
We need yeast for the.
There you go.
Yeah,
You need yeast.
Yeah.
That's why we call in the professionals for this stuff. So that means we're down to one.
We're down to one. This one, this one's easy. I do have an idea for it. Day 12 is 12 drummers drumming.
Okay. You have
For-
an idea for that one?
Yeah, I do have an idea for that one.
Okay.
So drummers use drumsticks.
True.
Drumsticks are made out of wood, so we just age it on drumsticks.
Drumstick slash barrels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's just like drumstick chips.
There you go.
Yeah. You just like chip
right
you
then.
just chip up a
Chip
drumstick and age it on whatever wood those are made of. I have no idea.
I think you're going to have to take the varnish off of it first.
Probably.
There you go. Drumsticks.
I like it. Do you remember all this? Because I don't.
Well, we don't have to. It's on hard drive.
So
I almost said tape like an old man.
Tape. Yes.
it's on the reel to reel.
It's on the tape. Don't worry about it.
So whoever was listening to this and is going to make this beer, go back, write it all down, let us know, because I'm not going to remember it.
I feel like there are some.
And don't call
good-
us when we have to pick you up from the hospital.
That's right.
I
With
got
the
sick
stripper
because I drank
sweat.
drumstick varnish. Those guys from the Hub Nation are assholes.
See, I can just see the combination of like stripper sweat and drumstick varnish combining into a food, and there's just this green gas coming out of the.
Oh no, you boil it all off.
Yeah.
You're thinking too much.
Ugh.
That
I feel like there are some good parts about that.
there's some good parts in there that
Yeah.
I would honestly do.
Yeah, but
Others not so much.
others not so much. Not so great.
No, those are all great.
We tried to put 3 different types of chicken wings into one beer.
that got us to 4.
You gotta stick to chicken wing, one kind of chicken wing.
This isn't the Wild West, damn it.
I hope I get that email. I only used one kind of chicken wing and it worked out a lot better. You guys don't know what you're talking about.
Amateurs.
You guys are stupid.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, but you know what? We're the ones with the microphones.
I'm
And the
like,
3/4 empty beers too.
That is correct, and that is going to change
Mine's more so.
right now.
Still good.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So that takes us back to this beer.
The Christmas Bock.
Yes,
Yeah,
the Christmas Bock.
Yes. I'm a fan. I like this.
Same.
Yeah. I really, really like the ginger flavor that comes through on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of ginger and like ginger ale and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, even like pickled ginger when you eat sushi and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Yes.
I love that. And like as you were saying at the beginning of the segment of like how much of a pain in the ass it is to work with, I've cooked with it and I
Yes.
know how much of a pain in the
Yes.
ass. I can only imagine the immense
I mean,
cursing that comes out from putting it into a brew.
I go up to the kitchen and they're like, "Do you have something to peel this with?" And they hand me a spoon, and the noob kitchen person in me, I'm like, "Are you serious?"
Come on,
and they showed me how to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah. And
Against
it's not like it's like a straight carrot. It's got like all this gnarls and turns and
Right.
crevices.
It's a root.
It's a root, yeah. But but once you start doing it, the smell is amazing. It's
Yeah.
awesome. This is the freshest of fresh smells.
Yes, for all of you out there who want to peel your ginger, you just take a spoon, put it flatways, and scrape it against the grain.
See, I had no idea.
There's your
Yeah, you
cooking
just-
tip for the week.
Again, perfect man for podcast and radio. I'm making a hand, holding it up. Adam, you look at my hand and you just hold it.
Yeah, I had no idea that's what you had to do with ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, nothing else really works with it.
So we're all learning on this show today.
You need to be abrasive with your ginger.
I,
It ain't no weak vegetable like a potato. You need to take
you
a...
gotta earn it.
Yeah.
Right. Put a strap to it. So what do you say we talk about this beer a little bit more?
Okay.
Because I haven't talked about it yet.
Okay,
Really,
yeah.
the show's all
How do you
about me.
feel about it?
I like it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Great. Great.
No, this is a really good beer, and like I said earlier, I'm really looking forward to see what it is like coming out of the tap.
final product.
Yeah, the final product. So I might have to come back up here and try it out when it's back on tap.
there you go.
So-
Twist your arm.
So you're not gonna have to twist my arm at all for any of these, really. On this show, whenever we try 3 beers, we always like to put them on the podium. What we had in our third place, second place, first place. This one is a little bit different because for me personally, they're all good beers. So this
Appreciate that.
is going to be a bit of a tough one. But what we usually do is we go around. Everybody ranks their beers. For you, Nick, it's going to be especially difficult because
You gotta rank your babies.
Right, yeah,
rank your babies. So
We have our favorites. Sorry, Brooke, the dog.
for me, I'll go first because that's the kind of person I am. In third place, I'm going to go with the IPA. Yeah, I know.
Obvious answer from you.
But to say it is in third place again is a bit of a misnomer because it is a good beer. It's a good beer for its style, and it's a good beer in general. I liked it. If you are a hop head, you really like the back end of it. You really like the hop residue on it. I think that is something that you would enjoy, and you can drink multiple of. In second place, this is where things get a lot tougher, and I think I'm gonna have to go with the Christmas Bock for my second place. It's really good. I really like the spice flavoring coming out of it, and I really look forward to see what it's going to be for the final product. Unfortunately, it came against the Black Bear Porter.
Oh,
And that comes in at first place for me because it is so good. It has that good roasted taste to it. It's drinkable. It's light without being flimsy. I would consider it kind of a carbon fiber kind of thing where it's light but it's still stout. So
carbon fiber.
the carbon
All
fiber.
right.
Here. There you go.
All right.
Carbon fiber.
So for me,
Light but strong.
yes, light but strong. That's a good way of putting it, and that's a perfect way of describing that Black Bear Porter, and that goes in the gold medal position for me. So to wrap it up, IPA, Christmas, Porter. Those are my rankings. Steve, what do you got?
I'm gonna differentiate a little bit from you.
Sure.
In my bronze, I'm gonna put the Christmas Bock. I like it a bit, and it's a good Christmas beer. It definitely evokes those, notions with all the spices and everything in it. I guess I just wish, maybe it's just because it wasn't still in the works.
It is
Yeah.
pre-release.
Right.
Yeah, it's
It's in
pre-release.
its infancy. It needs to be matured.
I guess I wish it was a little more effervescent and everything, and it was a little brighter, and just maybe if I tasted a little bit more orange,
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's all. But I
Yeah.
mean, overall, I still like it a lot. I like it a lot better than some other. I'm not going to mention any names, but there are a number of people out there who put out Christmas ales or festive ales, which are basically just Oktoberfests that were holdovers.
Right.
This is actually a beer that was brewed with Christmas in mind, and you can get that from the nose and like the flavors and the spices and everything. This is brewed with Christmas in mind, and so it's really good that way. I like that about that.
Yeah, definitely.
But unfinished, so I guess I'm gonna put it bronze.
There you go.
Silver, I'm gonna put the IPA. That IPA is a good gateway beer, as we've talked before. And for me, that's the kind of beer that I started drinking craft beer for. Like, macros are, you don't have to say it too often, but macros are bland. They don't have a lot of flavor going on. This IPA has both maltiness and hoppiness, and it brings both of those in, and it's just such an easy drinking beer.
Well balanced, yes.
Yeah, well balanced, a lot of flavor in it, and it has, but it's not going crazy with flavor. It's not, it's not a cookies and cream ale.
Right.
It's not a stripper sweat Christmas.
Stripper sweat Christmas.
This is this is a staple beer that everybody should be drinking, and I can see why it's a flagship here at Timber Creek. It's really good. But again, as Adam stated, it went up against the Black Bear. And as a person who's a really big fan of porters and stouts, I really like this beer. All those roasty flavors, but while still being just an easy drinking and light, beer. And also you said it was only like 6%. So again, you're not going to get tanked off of these. You can actually enjoy a couple of them. And this is special. I think maybe it's getting a little help because we're in a cold season right now.
There you go.
IPAs, I'm a little more bigger a fan for summer and spring and stuff. We're in the winter kind of time now, and this is just something you want to hunker down with. And a nice big piece of meat.
There you go.
Hunker down with a big
That's
piece
what she
of meat.
said.
That's right.
Ha 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 ha.
So, Nick, that comes to you. You got to rank your babies.
All right, well, I'm going to flip the script here.
Oh.
And I'm going to go with my silver medal is going to be the Christmas Bock.
Okay.
And the co-winners is going to be a black and tan
Oh.
bitter bear
Oh.
IPA and porter mix, which you should come to Timber Creek and have.
I didn't know that was a thing.
We just learned.
I just coined the phrase bitter bear.
The bitter bear.
The bitter bear. And it's delicious. It's a black and tan IPA porter.
Nice.
That's
we talked beer blending last episode
Yeah.
with Chris House.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's cool that you're thinking about that too.
Yeah, we got guys come in and we've had our regulars. They'll experiment on some other stuff, and we've coined the bitter bear.
That is awesome.
Black and tan IPA porter. It's delicious.
Very cool. Now our audience has a secret menu item.
There you go.
Come ask for the bitter beer here at
Gold
Timber
medal.
Creek.
Gold medal.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So-
All right. Well, Nick, if you just want to give out any kind of other plugs, tell us about Timber Creek, what your hours are, any events coming up, anything.
Yeah, we've got. We're open till 9 o'clock most weekdays, a little bit later on the weekends here. We're 2 locations. We've got, technically it's a Mercer address, but if you go to the Grove City Outlet Mall, we're just down the street from the Outlet Mall, right on 208. You can't miss it. Huge building out front, huge, beautiful building, and a big Timber Creek sign out front, so you can't miss it. Good, get the big neon sign as well. And then up in Meadville, we're off of 19 by the movies at Meadville.
Okay.
We're just up on 19, almost where 19 comes at 322. Same hours as well. And then we've got, what do we got? Social media plugs. We're at Facebook on Timber Creek Tap and Table. You can also check us out on Twitter and Instagram at Timber Creek Tap. And then we're also part of the Lake Erie Ale Trail. I'd like to plug those guys as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. Can you give us an idea how, who else is a part of that?
Offhand is the majority of the microbrewers from, like I said, I-80 up to Erie. If you follow the 79 corridor there, name a few. You got Lavery, Brew Erie, Blue Canoe, Erie Ale Works, the North Country Brewery at Silver Rock as part of that as well. Big Rail. Any else I'm missing? If I do, I apologize. Oh, Voodoo. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Voodoo, yeah, that's
Voodoo coming out.
We are quite familiar with them down in Pittsburgh as well.
Yeah.
And they make some good beers.
Yeah. And so they're also a part of the Ale Trail there, so I like to promote the Ale Trail. So you can check those out on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook as well.
Sure.
The Erie Ale Trail.
Yeah, we'll throw them up on our social media plugs as well. Steve, that comes to you for your portion of this program.
Well, if you want to find us on social media, then all you got to search is Hop Nation USA, and you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you want to listen to brand new episodes of the Hop Nation USA podcast, then all you have to do is search us on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and Google Music Play. And you can find us on all those platforms. Rate, review, subscribe, give us a 5-star review because we work really hard and we're a 5-star show.
Damn right we are.
We come up with Stripper Sweat Christmas the Ale. And you can email us questions, anything like that, at hopnationusa@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit the website, hopnationusa.com, and you'll be able to find our wonderful homebrew from segment 3.
And not only that, but you also find exclusive reviews of beers that are not on the show.
Yes.
So go check that out. I know I've thrown a couple up there. Steve's thrown a couple up there. Sam's thrown a couple up there.
Got a bunch of stuff up
We
there.
got a bunch of stuff up there. You just need to go check it out.
Yeah, exclusive content for free. Anything else, Nick?
No, I appreciate you guys for having me.
We appreciate you
Yeah,
for
we
having
appreciate
us.
you, yeah.
Yeah. This place is a beautiful, beautiful restaurant and bar located right off I-79. Like, I can't say enough good things about this place right now. I really like it.
Yeah, this place is pretty dope.
Yeah.
We didn't even eat yet.
Yeah, we didn't eat yet. Oh, well, maybe the food's bad.
Yeah, horrible.
Right.
Off. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I don't know why I'm thanking you.
Yeah, don't thank me.
Well, you ran the board, so I appreciate
okay.
that. Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing on that thing.
And that's why I appreciate it's about you.
That's right. That's right. So tune in next week, Hop Nation, where we will have the Big 4-0. Episode 40.
Yeah,
I don't know what we're
episode 40.
doing. I do. I'm just not going to
They're
tell you
going to buy
right
a
now.
motorcycle. It's a midlife crisis.
I'm thinking about wood-fired pizza. I don't.
You're already signed off. You don't care
Yeah, I'm
anymore.
done. I'm out.
All right. Hop Nation, thanks for listening. We'll see you next week.